Good morning, BookTube, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah, and I am coming to you today with a Friday Reads. Happy Friday, everybody. I am so glad this week is over. It has not been pleasant. On Wednesday, I was struck down with a really brutal migraine, and unfortunately, both my manager and my coworker, the guy that I work with, both called in sick, so I kind of had to go into the office. My one coworker, he actually worked from home, so that was okay. So I did have some backup help on the phones and with the emails and stuff, but still, it was hard. And if you guys suffer from migraines, you might understand. Working in front of a computer and dealing with the harsh lighting in the office is not pleasant when it comes to a migraine. And thankfully, by mid-afternoon, after I'd had my lunch, it dissipated. So I was so thankful for that. But I'm feeling good. The weekend's here, or almost here. I just got to get through the rest of today. We don't have a lot of big plans for the weekend, my hubs and I. We're going to go out and do some shopping tomorrow, some grocery shopping and stuff. And I want to go to Lush, and I think he wants to go to Hot Topic. I got a birthday coming up in a couple weeks, so he wants to go to Lush to pick up a couple things for me because I do love that store, and there's some things I want to try. A shampoo bar and stuff like that. I have to be careful with my hair. This is going to be a total random tangent episode or video, so I do apologize. But with my hair being, of course, colored, this is not my natural hair color. I have to be careful with what shampoo and stuff like that I use. So there's one that's a shampoo bar, and they say it's shampoo and a conditioner, so I'm really excited about trying it, so I want to pick up that. But anyway, that's our plans for the weekend. I plan on getting a lot of reading done, and I have some knitting I want to get done too this weekend. I'll be working on my shawl and my socks. You know what, let me show you guys my books first, and then I'll reach over here and I'll grab my socks and I'll show you guys what they look like now, because I think you guys only saw the toe the last time, so they're striping up amazing. But anyway, what am I reading this weekend? So the book I'm about 50% of the way through right now is Rock Addiction by Nalya Singh. This is a rock kiss novel. It's the first book in the series. Now, I want to talk about something really quickly when it comes to my reading, and Goran's sitting right here. I'm hoping he might come over, but I'm really close to the computer if you can't tell. I hear a lot of booktubers say, oh, I bought this book, but I have no idea what it's about, and I don't want to find out what it's about. I want to go into it surprised. I can't do that. Every time I pick up a new book, and because these are all on ebook, I can't just turn over the book and read the back of the book like a physical copy. So I go on Goodreads and I read the quick blurb or whatever. I like to know what this book is about. The thought of going into it blind, it doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know. I even go so far as, if I see the ratings, I always look at the ratings on Goodreads too. And this has about a 3.5 star, roughly. And I'm like, okay, so I scroll down and I start looking at the reviews, and I look at the star reviews. And this one has everything from a 5-star review down to a 1-star review. And I think the first 5 or 6 reviews that I looked at, I didn't necessarily read them, I kind of flipped through them as I was scrolling down the page. 4 out of the 6 DNF'd this book, right at the beginning. And I said to my husband, I was talking to him about it, and I'm like, I can totally understand why. This is not everybody's cup of tea. There is a lot, and I mean a lot, of sex in this book, right from the first chapter. The story is about a guy by the name of Zachary Fox. He goes by the name Fox, which bothers me because I always think X-Files and I always think Mulder. That's the only guy I've ever known whose name is Fox. Anyway, but Fox is his last name. But anyway, he is the lead singer for a very, very famous rock band called Schoolboy Choir, which I might add is a very cool band name. And he meets a woman whose name is Molly, and she's a librarian. Of course, a rock star and a librarian. They just go together. And her sister is their publicist, so they meet at this party. And literally, she's been fantasizing over him for years because, of course, he's been in all the magazines and all this stuff. And then she's too chicken to actually meet him at the party. And I loved her reasoning because it's the same reason that I don't know if I'd want to meet somebody that is famous that I kind of not idolize, but you have a lot of respect for, or you think is good looking, because she's afraid that as soon as she starts talking to him, that fantasy's going to go away because he's going to turn out to be a complete jerk, essentially. But literally within the first 5 pages, he's pushing her into the elevator, not hurting her or anything, but you know what I mean, and essentially taking her home. it right from the get-go. If you cut the sex out of this book, it would be half the length it actually is. Now, that doesn't bother me. I'm not one who is bothered by that. I don't shy away from that. But I do tend to, after the first few times, you tend to skim. It's like, yeah, okay, he's doing her against the wall. Yeah, okay, they're going back to bed together. It's like, you know, really? There is, the plot in between that is really good, and I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying the story. I'm enjoying her growth as a person, and his as well. Like, you know, he was a rock star, or he is a rock star. You know, he can have any woman that he wants, and it's nice to see them opening up to each other. Um, with sharing their backstories and sharing the things that that make them tick, essentially. So it's pretty good. I'm enjoying it. Is it a 5-star read? No. But I'm still really enjoying it. And he's just right off camera. Gorgor, come here, visit with us. Anyway, so that is, oh, and hold on, guys, I'm just turning. Hello. So anyway, so yeah, so that is, I should get this finished by tomorrow, I'm hoping. And then I hope this doesn't bother you with the cat here. I really don't. But then the next book that I plan on getting to is, and everybody who's taking a shot every time that I mention this author's name, and this is, okay, may I add, I really did change back my cell phone case. This is my Christmas one. I'm just early for next year, or for this year. So, if you're taking the Heather Graham drinking game, feel free to take a shot at this point. I will be starting The Unholy by Heather Graham. This is the 6th book in the Crow of Hunters series. This one takes place in Los Angeles, Hollywood, and it's essentially about an old theater, and I guess murders are happening in this old Gilded Age theater, like from the 1920s or something like that. So it sounds really good. Again, it's the new group of the Crow of Hunters, the newest Crow of Hunters group that we met in the last book. So I'm very much looking forward to this one, and I cannot wait. Now, I do want to mention with my books, it's so funny, I was looking, because as I told you guys, my goal is to read 100 pages a day, and it is now the, what day is it today? It's the 17th of February, and I have still been reading 100 pages every single day, and on the weekends, upwards of 150 pages a day. So sorry, he just left, I'm just going to turn this back. So I am super duper happy about that. I am really pleased that I've kept that up. It is the one New Year's resolution I've been able to keep. But anyway, what I noticed in February now, as you guys know, February is the shortest month of the year. And really, it's by like 2 or 3 days, depending on, you know, 30, 31 days, and you're only getting 28. Every single book that I've picked on my TBR this year, or this month, has been 350 plus pages. Like last month in January, where we had 31 days, I had a novella, and I had most of the books, I think at least half of them were between 200 and 300 pages. Only I think 5 of them were over 300 pages. So this is like insane that all these huge long books, and I mean they're not that long, like it's not a Gone with the Wind, this isn't Outlander books, but they're still relatively long. So, you know, if I can get all 10 finished in like the shortest month of the year, that's going to be fabulous, and I'm going to be really pleased. Once I finish Rock Addiction, I only have 4 more books for the rest of the month. Now, you're like, oh, Sarah, it's already the 17th. You've got like 11 days. Okay, yes, but 2 of those books are less than 200 pages, or right around 200 pages. They're the 2 shortest books. So just for some reason, because I random the books, like I don't know what I'm going to be reading after the next book. Until I get close to finishing the book that I'm currently reading is when I will pick the next book. Because I do kind of like that element of surprise that I don't know what's coming up, but it just so happened to work out that the 2 shortest books are going to be right at the tail end of the month, which will be great because I can finish them real quick, and, you know, not have to worry about trying to finish a 400 and some odd page book with like 3 days left of the month. So anyway, that's that. I really thought this video was going to be shorter. I apologize. So I will show you guys what I'm planning on knitting this weekend. So like I said, I will be working on my sock. Pretty little bag it's living in because, you know, it's still the month of love. It's still the month of hearts. I'm still only on the first sock, but I plan on working on this all weekend. So I should definitely get at least this sock finished and the second sock started because you kind of need 2 socks to make a pair. But check out how this is striping, guys. This is so awesome. Isn't that absolutely... Can I show you? Hold on, where's my phone? I'll hold it up with the book cover so you guys can see the whole thing. So there's that. What do you guys think? Is that not absolutely fantastic? I absolutely love it. I'm so happy with it. So I've put the heel in the sock, little heel. But yeah, I love it. And I gotta show you guys this adorable little stitch marker. I am such a fan of Alice in Wonderland, and I have a friend who has a business selling stitch markers and progress keepers. That's what this is called, is a progress keeper. So essentially when I record my knitting podcast, the last time I recorded my podcast, I was here. So I put this in, and then when I show on the next time I record the podcast, I can show how much progress I've made. Anyway, if you quit turning around. Come on. Can you guys see that? I can't see it. My hand's blocking. But it's the Cheshire Cat. She also gave me one, and this one says, we're all mad here, and of course the Cheshire Cat's face. The other one that she gave me was, oh my gosh, I can't remember what it is now. It's on my sweater. Hold on, the sweater's sitting right beside me. I have to show you guys the other one too. Sorry if you're not interested in this. You can just turn the video off. But yes, I am also working on a sweater. That's what I've got done so far. Very exciting. Isn't the stitch pattern gorgeous? The other one is, oh yes, As Mad as a Hatter. So there's the other one. Is that not awesome? I love it. I absolutely love it. So yeah, so this is a sweater. This is the bottom of the sweater. So I'm working bottom up. So I've never done a sweater this way before, and it's very exciting. And I'm loving the way it's knitting up. So yeah, so there's my plans for the weekend. Sweater knitting, sock knitting, and reading. But yeah, so anyway, that's it, guys. Oh, one other thing I wanted to mention. I know she doesn't watch this, obviously, but I still wanted to put it out there. On Monday, my grandmother turns 95 years old. It's her birthday, obviously, and I'm super excited. She is in extremely good health, all things considering. Her eyesight's starting to go. She's a little slower than she used to be, and she forgets things. Hello, if I get to be 95 and I forget a few things, I think that's perfectly acceptable. Last weekend, now she lives with my aunt. She still lives at home. She doesn't live in a home. She lives at home. And she still does the cleaning and the cooking, and, you know, that's what keeps you young. But anyway, I don't care what keeps, I'm not doing cleaning just to keep me young. But anyway, she lives with my aunt, my dad's sister, because it's my dad's mom. And my aunt called me last weekend, and she said, when you come up on Sunday, because I usually go up on Sundays to go visit, she's like, can you bring your grandmother some books? So my grandmother loves Harlequin novels. Her and my aunt are the ones who really, I used to see reading them all the time, and that's what kind of got me to jump into them. I started reading theirs, sort of, kind of. So she says, like, can you bring some for your grandmother? So she will still sit and read Harlequin novels at 95 years old. Like, that is awesome. So anyway, yes, her birthday is on Monday. We are birthday buddies, as we like to joke, because, and now my niece has joined in too, because my niece turned 7 on the 27th of February, and then my birthday's on the 5th of March. So within a 2-week span, all 3 of us have a birthday. So we kind of celebrate together. So I don't know if the party's this weekend or next weekend. My mother hasn't told me that. I always hear these things last minute. I'm pretty sure it's next weekend, but when I'm going to try and get a picture of the 3 of us together, and I'll try and post it in like another Friday Reads when I get a chance. Maybe the one just before my birthday, because the party will have been by then. But anyway, total ramble at the end, but I just wanted to put it out there. Happy birthday to my grandmother. Yes, so that's it, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you guys are doing this weekend. If you're reading anything good, I'd love to hear it. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video. Take care and happy reading, everybody. Bye.